We're live. What's going on, everybody? We'll give everybody just a second here. I know this is it's a very spur of the moment live. I tried doing a live a little bit earlier today outside, and it just didn't work. So I was like, okay, we're not going to mess with that. Let's just do this. So we'll give it just a second here. Looks like we have some people starting to show up. Is it better if I hold my phone that way? Let's see if that works. Hi, Connie. Hi, Daphne. I'm obviously sitting in our bed, so I'm gonna have to hold this, and hopefully I don't shake too much. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Sue from Nashville. Maggie. Oh, looks like we just got Facebook. Donna, Carrie, Catherine, Kyla. Merry late Christmas. I guess I hope everybody had a good Christmas. We sure had a good Christmas here. It was so much fun. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Irene. Hi, Donna. Um, yeah, hi, Sheila. We had a really good Christmas. It's so much fun. I'm sure a lot of you guys know how Christmas is with a 2-year-old or kids. It makes it so much funner. I think there's like a point where you peak, where it's like Christmas is super fun and exciting as a kid, and then you get older, and then I feel like the excitement kind of dies down, and then you have kids again, and it's like the excitement is there all again. So we loved it. Maverick had so much fun. I don't know if you guys saw a short on. Did you post it on YouTube or on Facebook? I don't think it's on Facebook. I think it's only on YouTube of Maverick in the morning going to open presents. It was so cute. Um, Krista says it was so much fun when they are that age. They are so excited and thankful. It's so true, so true. Oh, that was a good question. Crystal asks, "What was Maverick's favorite gift?" Ah, I would have to say probably his cement truck.
Yeah, which one of them gave him?
Yeah, one of you guys bought him a cement truck, which thank you so so much, and I think it is his favorite toy by
I
far.
want to say it was from Deborah.
Marcy thinks it was from Deborah. Um, it's sometimes kind of hard to keep everything straight. But yeah, I think that was his definitely his favorite gift. He has like nonstop played with it. Although we got his bike back today, and that might take the cake. That's a game changer. If you guys don't know, Maverick is obsessed with his bike. He loves dirt biking and all that kind of stuff, and so he he had his bike at his cousin's house for I don't know, a couple of weeks. Or he went up there a couple of weeks ago.
When the babies were born.
Yeah, when the babies were born.
He hasn't had it since his brothers were born.
Yeah, so he hasn't had it for almost a month. And we just got it back today, and he rode it until it got dark. So we'll definitely add that into a video here shortly of him getting his bike back and riding it. Crystal says, "Oh man, it's dirt bike time." Yes, it is. Hi, Shelly. Um, yeah, no, he loved it. It was so much fun. But I just wanted to jump on here, say good night to all of y'all. For those of you that are staying up watching this probably completely pointless live, but I love being able to chat with you guys, so that's what we're doing. Marcy's.
I thought you were going to tell them about your week.
Yeah, we'll talk about my week a little bit. It was a really good week. We're currently waiting for the babies to be ready to eat again. And rather than just sitting here and watching some YouTube or something, I figured I'd just jump on and talk to you guys. Which the babies are doing good. Paula asked, "How is the laundry room coming?" Well, stay tuned because later this week you're going to find out. And let's just say it's exciting. Um, Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, we're waiting for the babies to sleep, and they're doing good. They are. If we wait till midnight or 1 o'clock to feed them, then we usually only have to wake up one more time during the night. So that's why we usually from the 10 from 9 to 11, like we're working on things or watching a movie together, things like that. um, to stay up so that we only have to get up then one more time because then we'll usually get up around 2 or 3 and then around 6 or 7. So that's kind of where we're at there. Cindy K Cindy asks, did you get the critter eater? Well, you'll have to wait for Thursday's video. We had a couple of new developments and some things I totally did not expect to happen have happened. And we also just had a new predator today take out one of our chickens. And I guess I'll just share that with you guys because I don't know if that's really going to be in the video. But I basically was watching outside this morning and I saw this hawk come down and catch one of our chickens.
It was like at 2:00.
Yeah, I guess it was at like it was after lunch. It was probably Marcy's right. It was probably 2:00, and I just watched this hawk swoop down, grab one of the chickens, and then they like fought a little bit, and the hawk. Sorry to be graphic, but the hawk ripped off its head, and that was the end of the chicken. And so as soon as I saw that, you guys, I decided it is time to make some major improvements to our chicken coop, I guess. Here's the hard part. You guys get in the comments and help me because, first of all, fencing doesn't protect chickens from hawks, right? They obviously come down from above. So how do we protect them from a hawk? Secondly, I love having free-range chickens. So my thought is that I'll just tell you what I started to do. So I started to build a chicken run, but I don't really want to have our chickens in a run. I would much rather let them free range. Like it's way better for the birds. They keep the insects down around the house. Like I just like that a whole lot more than having them penned up all day. And so it's a fully enclosed, like nothing can get into it. At least that's the idea. Fingers crossed. We're also going to set up some traps around it. So if a raccoon or a coyote does come and wants to mess around, hopefully they'll get caught in the trap before they get to the chickens. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. But is there any other way to protect the chickens from the hawks? My other thought is during the spring and summer, we didn't really ever have any issues. All the way up until about a month ago, we never really had any issues with other predators. Like we've had raccoons here and there that I've trapped and gotten rid of. Like, it is, living out here on the farm, but they weren't super, super aggressive at that time. But I did notice on my trail cameras, we're getting a lot more pictures of raccoons. So the raccoons are obviously a big issue. But my thought is, and correct me if I'm wrong, or you guys let me know what you think about this theory, is in the fall, winter, leading into the spring, all of the predators are a lot more, like there's a lot less food for them. And so they go and they attack your farm animals more than during the summer months. Is that true? Somebody says, build a chicken tractor. That's a good idea.
We have a chicken tractor.
We have a chicken tractor, but it was for like small chickens. We couldn't fit all of our full-grown chickens in it. Let's see. Shrubs, fence, plants, a lot of bushes. What did someone say?
Someone said put fake owls like in the trees and stuff.
Okay, that's a good idea. B says netting over a really large area. That could work, but probably expensive. Linda says free range chickens means no chickens. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening, and we're not very happy about it. Somebody else asked about the eggs. So we have a couple of super awesome projects that we're doing with the eggs. So I just went and candled I think it was like 42 eggs in our incubators, how many it will hold. And so I just checked them. It's been just over a week, maybe 10 days since we put them in the incubator. So they will hatch in another 10 or 11 days. So right after the beginning of the year is when we should have those baby chicks. And those are chickens.
Take them out on the second.
Yeah.
On the first.
Yeah.
Second.
So that's so those haven't hatched yet, but I candled them. We had 13 of the 40 or 42 eggs that did not develop at all. So I took those out. I'm guessing we'll probably lose another 5 or 6 that just stopped developing. So that maybe leaves us with just over 20 new chicks. So fingers crossed. Basically, we got to repopulate our group before anything else happens to the rest of them. I'm just glad that we have some that are like, obviously they're being incubated. We also have another YouTube channel that we're doing a collaboration with, and I've been collecting eggs for the last week and a half or so, and she's going to do a huge hatching. Basically, all of the eggs I can get. She's got massive incubators. And so we're going to go and incubate as many as we can just to grow our population. And then we're going to give those, give 10 or 12 to a couple of the different YouTube channels that are around us. And they're going to start kind of their own flocks. So that way, if one of us gets wiped out, because that's, I mean, guys, it's just kind of the reality of living in the countryside. Like, you never know what's going to happen. And like, if a raccoon broke through your fence or, cut a hole in the wire, they actually will cut wire with their teeth. Um, they could easily, in one night, they'll kill all your chickens. So good to have a little bit better backup system in case that did happen to one of us. I know Mike from the Fowler family, they lost over half of their chickens one night because of a raccoon. And the raccoons, they'll just go and kill them. They won't even eat them. So it's crazy. Somebody says buy an igloo chicken coop. It's warm and portable. I'll have to look at that. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Terry says wild dogs killed my friend's 50 chickens in one night. Yeah, see, guys, I feel like if the dogs or whatever predator gets into a cage where it's just them and the birds, rather than like the free range, they run away, they can kind of hide. Man, in a coop or something like that, if they get in, I feel like it's game over. Game over.
A lot of people want to know, would a dog help?
A dog probably would help. So we have a dog. I know probably a lot of you don't know that. We have a black lab, and he's currently getting trained, but we will be getting him back in the next 2 months. And I think that will help. That will definitely help with the wild dog situation. Probably help on the coyote situation.
Will it help on the chicken situation?
Yes. So we have plans basically between now and when we get our dog back from training that we want to fence in a big section of our property. And that's where the chickens would then free range, which our dog can't get into. So he can protect it basically from the outside, if that makes sense. And we're hoping that he's a bird hunting dog. Like, he's a black lab, like he's bred to be a retriever. And so we've been talking a lot with the trainer because Goose did kill a couple of our chickens, probably 5 or 6 months ago. And we talked to the trainer and stuff like that. And he, like Goose, he didn't like bite, like he played with them basically too rough. So he wasn't killing to eat them, or he wasn't like being aggressive necessarily. He was just his bred instincts of being a hunting dog. That's kind of where that came from. So the trainer said that we shouldn't have anything to worry about, that we should be able to basically, the obedience training should help with that a ton. Obviously, that's why I say, though, we're going to try and fence in our chicken range area, and we'll put our goats and chickens kind of all in a big fenced pen that our dog, coyotes, stray dogs, that they can't really get into. And I think that'll be basically our first line of defense. Oh, Connie, this is a good question. Maverick's four-wheeler from the Walkers. Yes. So I have all of the parts ready for that. I just need the time to do it.
And the weather.
And the weather. It was a little bit cold to work on it. And the problem is I have so many projects going on that are, I'm excited to work on the four-wheeler, but I would say we have other stuff that's more important that needs to get done. And so when it's hot outside, I'm going and getting those other projects done rather than working on the four-wheeler. So that being said, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I especially want to have that done when Goose gets back, because, labs are high energy dogs. And so I'll be able to ride the four-wheeler and take Goose for runs and stuff like that, which will be really, really nice. A couple of people have talked to us about getting an LGD, like a livestock guardian dog. That's something we've kind of talked about. We just don't have the infrastructure, I guess, for that kind of a dog right now. But I definitely think down the line that will happen. Let's see. Somebody says, put your chickens in at night so they get used to being inside at night. All of our birds sleep locked up in their chicken coop, and the ducks get locked in their coop at night. So we haven't had any issues with that. The only time we have had predator issues is actually during the day, which is crazy. Please know when coyotes are breeding, they will attack smiles. Good to know. Elizabeth said, well, warm weather this week. Yes, that is so true. We do have warm weather this week. I may get to the 4-wheeler. May not. Like I said, now I've got the chicken, and we're actually doing some stuff with our quail. And my in-laws are here. So Marcy's parents are both here. So I probably won't get to the 4-wheeler this week. But it actually is looking like pretty good weather in the 60s for the next 10 days. So maybe the beginning of next week. Christina says, Crandall, why not make them a big chicken? Oh, whoa, comment disappeared. Big chicken coop, but big enough they can walk in, but they feel like free range and they would be safe from anything flying or foot, and you can have all your birds in. That's a good idea. I think that's kind of what we're, you guys will see it on the video on Thursday. That's kind of what we're doing. Patty says, Lester is a text away. Yes, guys, we love Jamie and Lester. They have helped us out so much, just in every aspect, the farming aspect, the YouTube, the Facebook aspect, like connecting us with all of you guys. Like, we're so grateful for them. And we talk with them, and we bounce ideas back and forth because, I mean, as you guys can see, we struggle with a lot of the exact same issues. Fresh Start says, coyote breeding is over, but it's baby pup season, so now hungry puppies. Yeah, that's valid. I feel like coyotes are always hungry, you guys. But right now they don't have they'll still kill deer, but they don't have all of the baby deer on the ground, right? All of the deer kind of grown up. So I think that's probably why they're going for easier meals. Carmen says, I feel for you. We had twins. It's hard for the first 2 years, but then worth it. Sleep when they sleep, it helps. Oh, that's what we're trying to do. Guys, I have been exhausted. I can't even imagine how more exhausted Marcy is. Because, I mean, she's breastfeeding. Like, she's going above and beyond. Like, she's doing everything she has to do. And, oh, man, guys, big thanks. And I cannot, she is an amazing wife. And everything she's taking out, she's such a good mother, you guys. I'm so blessed. Hey, Utah in the house, how's it going? Oh, Mary says one of the homestead channels said that they heard putting out big flags would keep the hawks away. Interesting. We might have to try that. Linda says, have you seen Cog Hill Farms outdoor pigeon aviary? I haven't. Is that a newer development? Or is that from, when did they do that? Let's see. Brooke says donkeys will help with coyotes. Yes, that we have heard that. Yeah, I think we've actually talked about getting a donkey. And if you guys don't know, Marie from oh gosh, they just changed their channel name. Now I feel bad that I can't remember it. It used to be Twisted Bee Minis. And I want to say it's Our Random Okie Homestead or Our Random Okie Farm. Go check them out. Super awesome channel. But she has a lot of donkeys and ostriches and all of that kind of stuff. She knows a lot about that. And so I think down the road, once we get fencing up, we're going to definitely be in contact with her, trying to figure out the donkey situation. Upland, California. Cog Hill Farm Aviary is for fancy Victorian pigeons. I have seen their pigeons. They are dang cool looking. Really cool looking. I really like the movable chicken pen. How do you do that, though, with 50 chickens or 20 chickens? How do you how does that work? Random Okie Farm. Okay, that's the channel. So Marie from Random Okie Farm. Thanks, Paula. You guys go check her out. Super awesome channel. Like I said, they've got so many cool animals. Our ducks are actually from her, which if you guys have been following along, our duck is sitting on eggs. And I'm praying and fingers crossed that some of the eggs are going to hatch. She's right at day 34, 35, which is how long the Muscovies take to hatch. So fingers crossed that they do hatch tomorrow or the next day. I'm on the fence of whether they were fertile or whether or not they froze. So we're going to just have to, I mean, we're hoping and praying that we get some more ducks because, as you know, a dog killed some of ours. So we need some more. Michelle says, hey, Crandall, how old are the twins? They are 1 month this week. Can you guys believe that? 1 month already. In some aspects, it's gone so fast. On another sleep aspect, it's been terribly slow. Christina says, Coghill have all kind of pigeons. They have homing, fancy flying pigeons and Victoria pigeons. I think pigeons are cool. My uncle raised pigeons, some homing pigeons, and I always love going to his house and looking at them and things like that. But I don't know. I'd have to do some convincing to Mars to get some. Hi, Tracy from Australia. What time is it in Australia? Did we catch you guys at a good time? All of us in the U.S. are like either supposed to be asleep or going to sleep. Let's see. Sorry, I'm like trying to go through the comments as I'm reading them, and then a new one comes in and it like kind of bumps it. Linda says, sounds like you got a little too many projects started. You got to stick with one and get it finished. Sometimes that's easier said than done. We get that a lot, and I think a lot of the farmer homestead channels get those, those comments a lot. And when it comes down to it, it's like there's so many things that have to get done, and some of them need to get done just enough so that they can be paused while we fix the current problem of the situation. As you guys know, if you've been following along, like it's one problem after another. And so it's like, okay, let's get this good enough so we can get this other thing fixed, and then we'll go back and do this. So that's we kind of have to jump around, and there's always a million things that have to get done. And so it's literally like just deciding, okay, let's do this, let's let's start this. It's not going to get finished, but we can at least get to this point. That's kind of like our whole house, but our laundry room, right? Like we had to get it functioning, and now we're going back and we're starting to add some of the detail pieces. But then and then like today, right? Then another one of our chickens got attacked, and I just said, enough is enough. I dropped everything else I was doing today to then go fix and build a new chicken coop for them, which took me the better part of half the day, and it's still not done. It will probably take me another half or 3/4 of the day tomorrow. And so it's like everything else just gets put on pause while I go and fix the current situation, the current problem. Somebody says, I made a whole enclosed chicken run right off the barn where they were. There was an automatic door on either side that they had a big area to ring. That's a really good idea. Len Harris, 2:07 p.m. I think that's in Australia. Hey, you guys are rocking. How's tomorrow? I think that's the funnest thing, that you can be on the opposite side of the world, and it's tomorrow. 11:07 p.m. here in Michigan, 3 p.m. in Australia. Okay, so it's the middle of the afternoon. I hope you guys had a good lunch. If you haven't had lunch yet, y'all better go get some. It's going to be dinner time quick. Peggy says, poor dog, been gone a long time. Sure hope they are very caring with him. Some are mean trainers. So we did vet our trainer extremely hard, extremely a lot. We vetted him, and we looked through, like, I'm on a bunch of like duck hunting pages and stuff like that. And that's, obviously we wanted a trainer that would train him in the obedience, but then the retrieval process and all of that. And so I did a ton of back end research trying to figure out, okay, who is a good trainer? And so I, through the back door, went and found reviews of him as a trainer from other people who weren't writing a review for him. Does that make sense? So like I went and found a trainer that had good reviews on like people's comments. So people were like, who's the best dog trainer in this area? And, I'd go read through the list, and, it'd be the one that we picked, and there'd be 3 or 4 comments about it. And, people would share their experiences and stuff like that. And so that's kind of how we picked him out. And I talked to him about a week ago. I think I'm actually going to go out there in January and go check on Goose, make sure everything's going well. Depending on how that goes, is when we will decide when we're going to actually bring him home. But I'm thinking it'll probably be in February. Um, I'll tell you what, Brooke and Jason from Coghill Farm, they do have some of the craziest chicken setups. Like, well, all of their birds. They have a ton of different birds, and they definitely know what they're doing. Fresh Start says, "How's tomorrow? Best question ever." I know, right, guys? Like, hey, if they're already living it, we ought to just ask them. Don, when I was in Korea, we flew to Hawaii and left and arrived 2 hours before we left. That's funny. So that was the same thing when I lived in Fiji, flying from Fiji back to America. I can't remember what the time difference is, but it's like a day and 12 hours, or it's 12 hours or something. So like you leave, you fly on a plane for 18 hours or 15 hours, and you get to California before you left Fiji. Yeah, it's really trippy. Cindy asked, "How old was Goose when you took him to the trainers?" He was born in January. He was either born in January or February. I'll have to go look. So let's just say January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. He was 9 months old, right around 9 months old. So that's, yeah, so 9 months. So he'll be just over a year when we get back. Which a lot of the trainers we talked to, we also called and talked to like 15 or 20 different trainers, and actually pretty much all of the trainers were like, you should have, like, that's the right time to get them started on their obedience training and stuff like that. Let's see. Tanya asks, "Where's the babies and Marcy?" Marcy just got finished pumping. She's out with her in-law, or with her parents, my in-laws. Her parents are here, and they're all three of them out there taking care of the babies. Let's see. Madeline, do you visit your dog while being trained? We haven't been out there yet, but we're planning to. It kind of was a hard time. I wanted to be more involved. Like, I wanted to go out there. It's a 6 hour round trip to go out there. And so between all of the doctor's appointments leading up to the babies and then the babies being born, I wasn't able to break away like I thought I was going to be able to. And so that's why it's taken a little bit longer. But yeah, we'll be down there next month. Um, Fresh Start look says, "You look so tired." Yeah, I am so tired. It's, yeah, every night is a long night, you guys. It's great, but that's okay. We got you guys to chat with tonight. Patty says, "How is Fiji and their food?" I'll tell you what, Fiji was amazing. And I'm not even talking about the touristy side, because I never even got to experience the touristy side. We were living in the villages, no power, no running water, eating what we planted, all of that kind of thing. And, catching and eating the fish that we could catch. And it's interesting. So, for those of us that live in America, we like our food sweet, like, and very seasoned. I don't know how to say this. Our, like, in general, our food is very sweet, especially like our breakfast is very sweet. We always have desserts, all that kind of stuff. So when you, at least for me, when I moved to Fiji, it took me probably 3 months to acclimate to the food, just in the sense of flavor. Once that happened, I loved it. Loved it, loved it. So like I feel like your taste buds have to dumb down, and you have to get rid, it's like a cleansing almost. And then your body's like starts to recognize the new food and the new flavors and all that kind of stuff. And I loved the food. Obviously there's still some foods that are better than others. Octopus, not a real big fan of. But eel, I love eel. and by that I mean freshwater eel. They have freshwater eels there that they would go catch out of the river, and it was super super good. Um, it was yeah, I can't even. It was almost like the texture of chicken, but it didn't taste fishy because I don't really like fish. Now, I didn't like fish at all before I went to Fiji, and then when I was in Fiji, then I started to develop a like for it. But I really like white meat fish, and it's got to be fresh, which we had both of that in Fiji. Unlike getting fish here in the middle of the U.S., not really fresh, and I don't like trout or salmon. I'm just not really a big fan. So yeah, but no, I really liked the food there. A lot of it we would cook it in coconut milk. Like we would go literally, the coolest thing is you could get your whole entire meal just by walking through the forest. You'd go pick the leaves off of different plants, you'd go pick a coconut, you'd grab your firewood, you'd make a fire, throw your pot on there, boil your coconut with whatever you're throwing in there. We would go catch freshwater prawns, basically like shrimp that were, about that big out of the rivers. We'd throw those in. I mean, it was just like you literally walk down the path in the forest, grab everything you need to eat, come back and eat it. It was super, yeah, it was super good. I, like I said, I started to develop a like for the food, and then I really, really liked it. And then when I came home, I went back like, 4 to 6 months later, just as a vacation. Like I just went back to visit for like a week, and I tried a bunch of the food and I didn't really like it. So I think it literally is like your body gets used to the flavors, and here in the States, like everything is very, very flavorful. Where there they don't even have salt and pepper to flavor things. Like it's literally just the flavor. Oh, roquete, like pepper, like chili peppers, like yeah, chili peppers, salt, and lemon, and that was like the only seasoning that they had. Um, so yeah, I mean it was so good, and you like I said, you develop a taste for it, I guess. Rita says, "How do you cook eel?" So we would just boil it in coconut water or coconut milk. So coconut milk. My mom was actually asking me about this yesterday. She's like, "What is coconut milk?" And growing up in the States, we don't have any coconut trees around. And so my brother, he lived in the Philippines for a couple of years. And so we're sitting there like explaining to her, like, well, when you crack open a coconut, you have the water inside the coconut, and that's coconut water, and that's like the stuff that you drink. But then to get coconut milk, you actually shave down the white meat of the coconut and squeeze it, and that's where you get coconut milk from. So that's what we would do. You'd squeeze out the coconut, and it's like, I don't know how to explain the flavor. You can buy it in a can, but it's nothing like the real deal. It's amazing. I love it though. So yeah, it was a lot of cooking in coconut milk. Um, Gail says I spent 3 weeks in the Philippines, but I got sick of the flavor of ginger. They used a lot of it. So I don't think we really used much ginger, but they did have curry. They would grow curry, and it's like a root. It almost looks like ginger, but it's a curry. I think it's just yellow curry powder. And so we would make curries. We'd make like green bean curry, papaya curry. You actually take a green papaya, cut it up, and I don't know exactly how they cook it, but they make a curry out of it. Um, and that's super good. Um, Hi, Franny. I live in Amsterdam. Kathy says Walker Farm Fam has a new dog also. I saw that. Alicia says it means their food is a lot more healthier than here. 1000%. 1000%. I mean, it is like, I don't think you can get more healthy. The only thing that the Fijians are not very healthy about is their tea and sugar. Oh my gosh, guys, it's like, oh, we'll have 4 cups of tea during the day. And by tea, they have, I don't even know the English word for it. They call it tea and roca in Fijian, which is like red tea. Um, but then they also have what's called moli, which is basically lemon leaves in hot water. And then they have domboy, which is lemongrass in hot water. And then you just add, add whatever type of tea you're having, and then they would add sugar. And man, they would pile in the sugar. So that was the only thing that was like unhealthy, but it was also not very refined cane sugar. So I'm assuming it's better than a lot of the sugars that we have here. Oh, Brooke asks, do you ever make meals from your time in Fiji? I have made a couple of them, but like I said, the coconut milk that you buy at the store just doesn't hold the candle to the actual real stuff. And I've tried buying coconuts from the store and scraping them, and it's just not as good. So I have made two or three meals. That being said, like we just don't have the ingredients here to do it, so I haven't done very much of it. Oh, Carol Ann asks, have you seen Jamie and Lester's new dog Christmas? Yes, I have. I guess it's true. Everybody's getting new dogs. Hi from New Zealand. Hey, man, you guys, I'll tell you what. I don't know if any of you guys even care about this. I'm just rambling tonight. But my dream vacation, I think, is I want to obviously go back to Fiji. And I want to take Marcy there. I want to show her and introduce her to all the, great friends that I made over there. I also have quite a few friends that I lived with when I was in Fiji that are from Australia and from New Zealand. And I really, really want to go spend some quality time in New Zealand. I know that there is a ton of things to do. And I'm like the total outdoorsy type, I guess. Like I love everything outdoors. And I feel like Australia and New Zealand have that. And so the problem is like I want to go over there and it's like I need like a 2 month vacation. How do you take a 2 month vacation with three kids? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen unless we bring them with us, which would be awesome, but they would definitely have to be like 10, 12, 14, 16, like older than 10 years old, I would say. Um, I guess if we ever do that, we'll do a meet and greet in Australia, do a meet and greet in New Zealand, we would do meet and greet in Fiji, but I don't think we actually have any Fijians that follow us. And the Smiths. Somebody says the Smiths have a new dog. Guys, it's so true. I forgot about that. Madeline says you are welcome to come to Australia. Hey, when we come, we'll let you know, and we'll meet up with a bunch of people. Sherry says, "Do you know the Arms family? They are friends with Dutch." Yeah, we do. I talked to him a little bit at the YouTube Creator Conference that him and Dutch put on. Oh, in September maybe. But yeah, great people. Teresa says, "Did you go to school there?" I'm assuming she's meaning Fiji. No, I did not go to school there. Oh my gosh, fresh starts. You're hilarious. It's so true. Yeah, it's like a trend. You guys get trespassers and puppies all at once. That is so true. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Maybe we should maybe we'll post a video tomorrow that we're getting a new puppy. We're gonna be like 2 months late to that trend. South Island in New Zealand. Lots of outdoor activities and adventures. Guys, I know. I want to go there. I want to go scuba diving, snorkeling, surfing, hiking, waterfalling, all of that. Lisa says chickens need to be able to go under something to avoid flying predators. So I mean, more than half of our property is wooded, and there is a lot of structure. Like there's a lot of places for them to get out, like away from them, but it's just as easy for them to be in the middle of the field and get picked off. Dream vacation, Hawaii and Australia. Guess I still haven't been to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. Marcy and I both want to go to Hawaii. Maybe we'll have to make that happen. I feel like that's a trip that we could make happen in the near future. Well, seeing as plane tickets are like a fraction of what they are to go to Australia and New Zealand, I definitely think Hawaii will be before then. Yeah, when we go to Hawaii, guys, I'm sure a bunch of you guys have been there. We're gonna have to we'll do a live where you guys can jump on and comment and be like, "Hey, these are the places you need to go. These are the places that aren't worth going to," and we'll have to have you guys help us plan our vacation because I know um, a lot of people go there for vacation. Well, I don't know what I was trying to say there. Yeah, baby moon to Hawaii. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, good. I don't want to take up any more of your guys' time. I love being here, reading through comments, and talking with you guys. Um, Lynette says, if you come to Australia, come in our winter so that it's not so hot for you. Hey, does anywhere in Australia get snow? That's probably a stupid question. I feel like an idiot. I'm sure they do, right? Does somewhere in Australia get snow? Is it kind of like the U.S. where the northern side gets snow, but the southern side doesn't? Shows you how much I know. Wow, Kathy says, I'm sitting waiting to see if I have to go to work. 12 to 8 or 8 to 12 inches, I'm assuming, of snow this morning. That's crazy. Hi, Lucinda. Okay, she says, yes, you guys get snow. Okay. Oh, gosh. Tasmania. Hey, I don't know if you guys have been watching the Zac Efron Netflix series, but he's doing a pretty cool series, and it's all in Australia, and he goes and does different cultural things and food things, and goes and learns about the environment and all of those different things over in Australia, at least this season of it. And he just did I just watched an episode about him and talking about the Tasmanian devils. It was really cool. Um, Well, hopefully all of you guys survived also the winter storms. I know that, it was crazy for, pretty much the entire US. So hopefully nobody had too much damage. A couple people at our church had their pipes burst. One of them in particular, they had a pipe in their ceiling of in between their first and second floor. It burst and flooded their entire house. The kicker is they were out of town when it happened. And so they came back and their entire floor was completely destroyed. There was 2 inches of water in the whole first level. So they have been trying to get it fixed. I think they got water back today. They were 3 or 4 days without any water, which is just awful. But I think they got it all fixed. I told them, hey, if you need any help, give me a call because, as some of you may know, I know a lot of you guys are new. I'm a general contractor by trade. And so I was like, hey, if you need any help, let me know and I'll come out and help you. But I think he ended up getting it all figured out. And now I'm sure they're probably waiting for insurance to see what they're going to be able to do next. So, yeah, hopefully you guys all stayed safe. And we're getting a little bit of a heat wave this week. I think we're in the 60s, maybe 70 degrees, which I'm super excited about. So hopefully we can get some more of these outside projects done. But thank you guys so much for your time. Love spending it with you. We'll see you guys next time.